The Westchester Public-Private Partnership is a not-for-profit organization made up of the county, Department of Senior Programs and Services, made up of not-for-profit organizations here in the county, and major corporations and volunteers. And our purpose is to create an environment where seniors can age in place and sustain a good quality of life. We have 193,000 persons over the age of 60 here in Westchester County, and we're still growing. Our 85-plus population has grown by 25% in the past 2 decades, and we expect 63,000 more senior citizens here in Westchester County because of the aging of the baby boomers.
We have 2 programs that are what we call service delivery through volunteerism. One of them is the Livable Communities Caregivers Coaching Program, and the second is the Livable Communities CareCircle program.
A livable community is a community where you do have all the necessary ingredients for a good quality of life, such as affordable housing, transportation, the arts, recreation centers, parks, safe streets, health and wellness programs.
The Livable Communities program was very important to us here at United Hebrew because it encouraged us to provide even more of an opportunity for our seniors to have a real voice in what was going on in their lives. I think our relationship with Livable Communities and with the WPPP has instilled that real pleasant notion of just providing independence for people who live on our campus.
Community and the people we serve are really inseparable. We provide people services to people. Many of those occur on this campus, but we have community and home-based programs that are in some ways feeders for us, but also bring sort of invaluable community connections to the campus.
I have been living here a little over 5 years. I just love it here. I find that many of the things that I look for in my life, I have here in this livable community. I have the companionship of lovely people. I have the bus that stops outside of the door, which can take me to the station. I'm not inhibited in going places. I can still maintain my independence without calling someone up and saying, "Could you give me a ride today?" I mean, here I have access to everything.
In Westchester County, we have an estimated 33,000 caregivers. The average amount of hours that they're caring for their loved one is something like 62 hours per week. So you can imagine the burden and the number of tasks that they're doing for the people that they love.
My mother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's/dementia in '06 after a stroke. So that was the start of our journey. My father was the main caregiver and I was assisting. So I'm the caregiver of the caregiver. And to watch, my mother deteriorate, but also the caregiver deteriorate. When that happens, you're trying to help the caregiver eat, sleep, get enough exercise, whatever they're trying to do. But they're not going to do it because their main focus is on their loved one. And you're just standing there watching, so it's kind of difficult. So you need somebody to talk to get you through that.
Caregivers are tired. They want to be able to get the information they need when they need it. There's so many things that they need. And what we're trying to do is to provide those things to them with volunteers out here in the county.
I give him that break when he needed the break. We would call each other once a week, once every 2 weeks, but if he called me a little more often than that, then I knew something may have been going on. And I'll drop the call, I'll drop whatever I'm doing to make sure I take his call. I'll talk to him for a little while, ask him a few questions about his parents. As being a coach, there's a couple of things that we should be asking them along the way. And I would get that out of him during the conversation to make sure that he's actually exploring his options.
What I've learned, I'll be able to share with other people. And you have to do that. You must pass it on.
We have divided the county into over 150 livable community villages now. And within those villages, we're asking people to become part of a care circle. And that care circle identifies the different roles that we need neighbors and friends to play if you're in crisis in order to be able to stay in your home.
The CareCircle program from our Livable communities out of Westchester County Office for the Aging. And what we've done is it's a core of professionals that have come together to try to meet the needs of caregivers in our community. The training piece of it is that you have one appointed person, which is a carekeeper. That doesn't necessarily have to be a family member, it can be a neighbor. And we actually train them to be the leader of this circle. And when they become the leader of the circle, they actually decide what are the responsibilities that need to be completed for that older adult in order to keep them in the community.
When you think about putting someone in a nursing home, the average cost is going to be something like $120,000 a year. When you are able to keep someone at home and be able to handle that situation because you're able to get good information and you're able to have someone to talk to, you save a tremendous amount for the taxpayer.